So yesterday I landed here in Menorca, which is a little island off the coast of Spain, off the eastern coast of Spain, out in the Mediterranean. It's an incredibly beautiful place. Had a really long day getting out here. I was awake for 30 hours with all the travel, but I'm excited because I'm here for the Photopills Camp photo conference. A lot of really cool people here: Sean Bagshaw, Lila Carty, Albert Dross, Sean Parker, a whole bunch of people. We're about to go meet the group. I'm excited, got a little sleep, and this place is absolutely beautiful.
This is not alphabetized.
Ciao everybody, I'm Francesco. So awesome. Hello everyone, this is my first time here.
Hello everybody, I'm gonna stand over here.
I'm from Malaysia.
Nick Page. I didn't know that there was going to be an impromptu stand-up comedy act, so I'm unprepared for this.
Hello, I'm Sean Bagshaw. Hey, what's up guys, I'm Sean.
Yeah, it's never bad. So it's the first morning of the Photopills camp, and my alarm went off at 3:30 a.m. and I'm very tired. And there's barely any people on this shoot. And we're gonna go photograph the lighthouse if we can find it. I think it's back there somewhere. So looking forward to it. Also kind of wishing I would have slept a little bit last night, but should be a good time. It's interesting to be an instructor at a location that I've never been to before, because I've literally never even seen, I've seen a couple photos of this place, but I've never obviously been here, so it'll be interesting. So looking forward to it.
Oh, it's a poor car. What did you say you shoot?
So we got Sean Bagshaw right here.
Hey,
How's it going, Sean?
can you actually see me in the dark? Am I just a black?
Absolutely. That's because I shoot Sony.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. How's it going, Nick?
Have you slept yet?
You mean today?
Or just at all since you've been on the island?
I think I've accumulated maybe 3 or 4 hours of sleep
Oh, wow.
since, in like 3 days.
The rumor has it it's not going to get much better.
No, I was saying, we haven't even started yet, and that's all the sleep I have. That's only going to get worse.
Oh, man. This trip has a bad reputation for being leading to sleep deprivation. So there's a lot of days where we kind of burn the candle at both ends, shooting astro at night because we have these beautiful clear skies, and throw in a few 6 a.m. sunrises in there. It makes for some long days.
Shine my light right in there.
Had a little bit of light this morning, nothing too dramatic or extreme, but it was really pretty when we first showed up and they had the lighthouse prism on. The topography here is really cool. We have all this limestone and have old Civil War bunkers behind us. Really cool spot. So this is the Photopills camp, which is, it's like a conference that's put on by the Photopills app that maybe you're familiar with. It's a planning app for photographers. You should probably check it out if you haven't already. But we have 50 participants and like 20 instructors, whole lot of people, and we're on the beautiful island of Menorca. Really excited to see all the things that we're going to see this week. I've never been in this part of the world and I'm excited to see it. So yeah, this was the first shoot of the trip. Really excited about it. Also really excited about breakfast and more coffee. So it's the first evening of the Photopills camp, and it feels like it's been at least 2 days. It's already been a very long day, but we're at this beautiful seascape area, beautiful shoreline. I believe it's called Atlas, something close to Atlas. I think it's Atlas. We've just been photographing some seascapes, playing with shutter speed, talking about, you know, blending multiple images together, like, because we had a pretty high dynamic range scene earlier, so I was jabbering on about exposure blending, but also blending different waves and focus stacking all in the same image. And here's the result of that image. Really beautiful evening. So it's the second night of the Photopills camp, and tonight, because we had clear skies, we're out doing some night photography. We are currently doing star trails over the top of these cool, almost like white pocket style rock formations here on the edge of the shoreline, and we're doing star trails. We're set up, we have a time lapse set up, and we're going to let it run for like an hour and a half or so, and after that, we're going to go and photograph the Milky Way at this kind of still little pond that we found. Should be pretty cool. Beautiful night. Perfect temperature out here in a t-shirt and shorts. And it's quite beautiful. So that's what we're doing tonight. You can see a little lighthouse in the background, shining every once in a while. Very pretty out here. So what are you setting up there?
I will set up the compass to have the alignment, so it's for a half polar alignment, so to make it really easier, just following the compass to the north. It will be good enough for the lens that I will do. It's for 24 millimeters.
Nice.
Yeah, it seems like you don't have to be super perfect either.
For a long
For a long lens, yes.
for a long lens, you need to.
Were you putting a telephoto on there?
No, I don't.
Why?
24.
This image is made up of 100 ISO 800 f4 images. I started shooting this during blue hour, that way I could get the nice definition in the foreground, as well as a less contrasty sky. All of the Milky Way images that I took on this trip are two different images. One for the sky, which is going to be ISO 3200, shot at f1.8, 15 seconds. And then the foreground is shot at f1.8, ISO 800 for 3 minutes. That gives me a much cleaner foreground with less noise. This image is shot exactly the same way, long exposure for the foreground, shorter exposure for the sky. This is actually a 4,000-year-old tomb, a really cool thing to get to photograph under the Milky Way. This image is made of two different shutter speeds, a long shutter speed for the foreground, 30 seconds, and then a shorter exposure for the sky and for the sailboat because I wanted to freeze the clouds and freeze the sailboat that was bobbing around in the waves. And then this image is two images again, a shorter image for the tourists on the background cliff, and then a longer exposure for the water. This is actually 2 minutes. That way I could really smooth out the water and make it kind of a contrast between the sharp rocks and the soft water.